Mark, hit us with a recap of the events of Amazing Spider-Man Volume 7, Number 3.
We open with a flashback to when Peter was in Grant Morrison's New X-Men, I think. Well, wait, he's actually borrowing Uncle Ben's jacket and being a miserable teenager. So understandably, Aunt May chokes him out. Actually, maybe that didn't happen that way, but he is getting choked out by Itsy Bitsy right now, much to her twisted pleasure. The two throw down while Shay protects an incapacitated Rhino, and Spidey is still high AF. I think that's what the kids say these days. We get another flashback to Peter's teen years during this fight while Itsy Bitsy moves in on Rhino until Spidey makes the save. Eventually, Spidey is knocked out and wakes up under the Hudson River Bridge. I used to live by this thing, Dan, and it wasn't terribly impressive, and it wasn't one of my better, living in New York days. But anyway, he's up there with Itsy Bitsy, who orates about how she could have killed him twice already. Well, when Spidey's on a bridge, people die, right? Spidey wants to know who is putting her up to this, and she declines to answer and knocks him off the bridge to go swimming with Kramer. Over at May's apartment, where she's hosting a work meeting, a sopping wet Peter shows up looking to crash. We flash back again to Peter, Ben, May, and that army jacket, and Peter is so fed up with getting in trouble that he lashes out at Ben and May. That's like my angry teen boys. He blames them for taking their problems out on him, and since they can't have their own kids, they're making his life suck. Ben tells Peter that if he's so miserable, he's free to leave, which triggers Peter to storm off and presumably run away. Back to present day, Peter sneaks out of May's house to hang out with his best buddy Norman, who in response to hearing about Peter's encounter with Itsy Bitsy, gives the meta comment that Peter's life sounds idiotic when said out loud. True, true. Have you listened to the Amazing Spider Talk podcast recaps? Anyway, I sound like a crazy person every episode of this show. Norman talks about an FDA testing facility explosion, which allows Peter to connect the dots. He asks Norman to look into Queen's Cola, and clearly Dan and his conspiracy theorizing is going to get rewarded here. Bravo, Dan. Slow clap. Slow clap. Peter puts 2 and 2 together with the cola and Rhino's poisoning, so he asks his friend and co-worker Brian to test a cola sample, despite the fact that Peter is ruining Brian's reputation at Rand Enterprises. That's rough, Brian. Peter stakes out the cola factory, where there's an explosion, and surprise, the Hobgoblin arrives, flaming sword in hand, and he doesn't want to share a drink with Spider-Man. I mean, he might be more like a Pepsi guy, I mean, that's what's happening here.